They've been squaring off for months. Riot police in full gear, and ever more determined protesters. And around them, the residents of this working-class neighborhood screaming in anger at the police force. The avalanche of insults ends only once the police clear out. Almost at random, 2 people in the crowd are arrested. On the sidewalk, some people condemn the protesters' behavior. In the past few weeks, some protesters have taken a more hardline approach. Hiding behind umbrellas, some of them slash the tires of this unmarked police car. Others wreck an abandoned tour bus previously used by mainland tourists. Protesters are also targeting restaurants, banks, and shops that belong to mainlanders.
These mainland-owned stores are very powerful. They're everywhere in Hong Kong, and we can't really do without them. They dominate the market, and that makes the Chinese government very arrogant. Thanks to its economy, China is able to bring to heel entire governments or companies. We saw it recently with basketball in the NBA. So that's why we're attacking them. It's to get our revenge.
At night, repression is even harsher. To avoid being arrested, the protesters retreat with the help of the neighborhood. This protester is only 20 years old. A few months ago, he took part in peaceful demonstrations. Now, he has a petrol bomb strapped to his belt.
Yes. What? Alcohol. For protect our people. Because the police come.
Can you show us?
But I haven't used it because I don't want to hurt anyone. So, if my life be very dangerous, I will use it.
You know, first we were 1 million, then it was 2 million people who took to the streets. But the government continued to ignore us, so we had to turn to more violent action to bring attention to ourselves. They forced us to be like this. This is not what we want.
Since the movement started, over 2,300 people have been arrested. One of them is 29-year-old Colin Chung. In July, plainclothes officers stopped him in this mall and then followed him home.
When we entered my flat, 2 policemen forced me to sit down with my hands tied behind my back. In the meantime, 6 officers began searching the place and then turned on my computers trying to log into them.
Investigators are accusing him of planning an attack on policemen because of this video he shared online. It includes pictures of Hong Kong officers with their wives and kids, as well as pictures of their apartments and their addresses.
Police officers on duty no longer show their service number. They make sure to conceal their faces. So maybe among them are Chinese policemen or members of the Chinese military who have infiltrated Hong Kong. This is how they operate. So I think we owe it to ourselves. It's our responsibility to reveal the identity of police officers.
Colin believes authorities are using facial recognition technology developed by Chinese companies to identify protesters. The video he made, according to him, is a form of revenge for this unjust practice.
It's our way of getting even. It's the only thing we can do that will have a real impact, that will instill fear into them.
Colin Chung is now out on bail, still awaiting trial. He could face up to 6 years in prison.